farming. Fast milk gives us the tools to provide high quality standard of milk, making sure our equipment is all well taken care of, make sure that those animals are housed and cared for appropriately. They continue to push us with their standards to make sure that it just gets better and better.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center. The Warriors celebrating after a 4-3 victory here over the Swift Current Broncos, sweeping the weekend home and home between the two squads and giving the Warriors 5 straight wins, 10 wins in their last 11 hockey games, and it was a wild one here in downtown Moose Jaw. Warriors get up 3-0, then Broncos battle their way back, tie the game at 3 before Braden Yager with a Yager bomb to win it late in the game on a 5-on-3 power play, and the Warriors come away from this one with the big 4-3 victory here tonight. That was quite the hockey game. It was a back and forth affair, and both these teams battled it out. I'm Marc Smith. This is the post-game show here on IKS Media Warriors Live. We got plenty to go over. We'll hear from Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary in a little bit. We'll also go through your out-of-town scoreboard. We'll have the Connexus Save of the Night 3 stars coming up, but we'll start with the game scoring summary, and it was the Broncos who had the early pressure in this hockey game as they were able to control the early part of this game, but the Warriors got their game going in the second half of that first period and got a goal from Atlee Calvert at 6:09. That kind of got the wheels going. His 27th of the season opened the scoring for the Moose Jaw Warriors. And then Atlee Calvert would follow it up with another goal in the final minute of the first period, his 28th of the season on the power play, making it 2-0 for Moose Jaw after one period of play. And then the Warriors went to work starting in the second period and got a shorthanded marker from Matthew Savoy at 3:59, his 15th of the season. It seemed like all the momentum was on the Warriors' side at that point, but it swung back for the Broncos. And they're a team of momentum, and they were able to ride it there, getting 3 goals in 6 minutes and tying the game up. It started with Ryan McCleary's 7th of the season from Matthew Ward and Ryland Gould at 9:45, I should say. Then Ryland Gould, set up by Brady Burney and Luke Misselbacher at 12:50, made it a 1-goal game, his 13th of the season. And that made it, as I said, a 1-goal game. Then Gould would get his 14th of the season at 15:45 from Caleb Rostock and Clark Caswell, tying the game going into the third. The third was a wild back-and-forth affair, both teams getting chances at both ends of the ice, and then penalties kind of came into play. The Broncos had a power play, but that ended the Warriors got a power play with about 5 minutes to go. That ended when Jagger Furcus got called for hooking with about 3 seconds left in that power play opportunity, sending the Broncos back onto the power play. But that ended when Jacob Dvorak got called for high sticking, and then just in the final minute of the period, Caleb Rostock gets called for a high sticking minor as well, sending the Warriors onto a 5-on-3 power play, and that's when Braden Yager finished the job. It's 21st of the season with 31 seconds to go for Matthew Savoy and Denton Matejchuk, putting the Warriors in front by a score of 4-3. Moose Jaw would finish off the victory with some strong defensive zone face-off wins in the final few minutes, or final few seconds to pull the Warriors to the 4-3 win over the Swift Current Broncos. So wild one here in downtown Moose Jaw. Swift Current outshooting Moose Jaw 9-8 in that final period, 35-30 overall in the game. Moose Jaw going 2 for 7 on the power play, while Swift Current sitting at 0 for 6, also giving up a shorthanded goal. So the Warriors winning the special teams battle in this one, and that is the difference in the hockey game. Warriors with the 4-3 win. Let's take a quick look at the 3 stars of the hockey game, and starting with Braden Yeager. He got the game-winning goal, and it was a big one. He finishes with a goal and 2 points in the hockey game. Matthew Savoy also with a goal and 3 points on the night. Could have been a star as well. Played a solid game for Moose Jaw. But Braden Yeager, a goal and 2 points on the night. He is your third star of the hockey game. Rylan Gould with a goal and 3 points on the night is your second star for the Swift Current Broncos. He played a strong game. He was really pushing the energy for Swift Current in that second period as they mounted the comeback to tie the game there in the second period. He was a big part of that with the goal and 3 points on the night. Your first star is Atlee Calvert. He was the engine for the Moose Jaw Warriors, it felt like, tonight, as he played a big part in that start for Moose Jaw, getting them up by 3 with the 2 goals in the first period, and just grinding it out to play a real hard game for the Moose Jaw product. He is your first star here tonight. Let's head down to the Warriors locker room now, where I'm being joined by head coach Mark O'Leary after a pretty wild hockey game here tonight in downtown Moose Jaw. Coach, you guys got up 3-0. They battled back, and then it was just a wild finish in that third period where you guys seemed to really gut that one out. I guess your thoughts on how this one played out tonight.
Yeah, I thought we did all kinds of good things, especially early on. We probably left a lot on the table in the first period, and sometimes that comes back to bite you. But it was a learning experience tonight. We had the game 3-0 and a power play halfway through the second period, and I thought we let our foot off the gas. We stopped skating. We started forcing things that weren't there, and that gave them a little bit of juice, and they were able to come back. But again, with this group, we were able to grab our footing and get back to playing the right way and ride the waves of emotion there in the third period.
You get the power play goal to win it, but I think let's talk about the penalty kill here tonight. 6 for 6, and also coming up with a shorthanded goal. How key were they in pulling out this game when a lot of time was spent with special teams?
Yeah, I think our penalty kill is starting to understand what we need to do to be successful, and I think that's being on the gas. We have a lot of with the additions, we have more guys that are comfortable in the kill, and it starts with our legs. When we skate, when we pressure pucks, I think we're a better killing team. It's when we get standing still and try to guess, we run into problems. So I loved our energy, our enthusiasm tonight, and penalty kill was a big part of this win for sure.
Atlee Calvert gets the 2 goals in the first period. It seemed like he was kind of the engine here tonight for this team. Really played a hard game down low in the offensive zone, and was able to generate a lot of chances through that. How good was he here in this game?
Yeah, start to finish. I thought, when you talk about our identity, the way we want to play, you don't need to look any further than Atlee Calvert. He wins races to loose pucks down low in the O zone, like you mentioned, and certainly wins his fair share of battles to get possession. And it allows us to let our skill go from there, but it doesn't happen without that dogged determination that he has, and whether it's winning a big face-off, getting to the net to smash one in, or just making a defensive play. He does it all, and he's a big part of our group, and like I said, a big part of our identity.
5 straight wins, 10 wins in the last 11 games. What's kind of the message to the team as you guys get a week of practice and get to work on some things? What's kind of the message to the team?
Take a look at the standings. There's no need to get comfortable. As much as we like that we're winning games, there's a lot of other teams that are winning games too, and we're just keeping ourselves in the fight. That's job number 1, and we just need to make sure that we're not getting comfortable, and we're continuing to grow as a team. And whether that's our execution, with the puck or details without the puck. We've got a long way to go, and we're just building towards the end goal here. But another week, another opportunity to better ourselves and be ready for Medhat.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the win, Coach, and good luck going into next weekend against Medicine Hat.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Thank you to Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary for joining us here on the post-game show. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with the Kinexus save of the night and the out-of-town scoreboard next on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. And more and more and more and more and more. And more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Yeah!
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center. We're making our way through the Warriors' 4-3 win over the Swift Current Broncos here tonight in downtown Moose Jaw. Warriors sweeping the home-and-home weekend set with the Broncos, winning last night in Swift Current, and then picking up the hard-fought win here tonight with Braden Yager getting the game-winning goal. And the Warriors now win with wins in 5 straight games and 10 of their last 11 games. So Warriors on a roll right now. Need to keep that going into a week off, heading into another big weekend series against Medicine Hat. Jackson Unger made 27 saves here tonight in this victory. Let's take a look at his best save for the Kinexus save of the night. It was a shorthanded breakaway for Caleb Wyrostock back in the first period. Jackson Unger makes it look easy with a solid blocker save right there, sending that one into the corner and allowing his team to take the 2-0 lead after one period of play. That was a big stop from Jackson Unger in that first period, and that is the Kinexus save of the night here tonight. So that's a big stop from Jackson Unger, who has been lights out for the Warriors. Picked up his 23rd win of the season, which leads the Western Hockey League, and picking up 2 wins here against the Broncos this weekend. Let's finish up the night with the Sask Lotteries out-of-town scoreboard. It was a busy night in the WHL and NHL. 8 games in total in the Western Hockey League. The early one was a Hockey Day in Canada game in Victoria as the Royals knock off the Kamloops Blazers 7-2. The Brandon Wheat Kings roll over the Lethbridge Hurricanes 6-0 there in Brandon as Lethbridge finishes up a tough week road trip through the East Division, falling here in Moose Jaw on Wednesday, winning in Regina yesterday, and then falling in Brandon tonight. The Medicine Hat Tigers and Regina Pats are in overtime in Medicine Hat right now. It's tied, in Regina. They're tied at 4. They're in overtime. It was a goal from Braxton Whitehead, which tied the game in that third period. The Portland Winterhawks out in front on Prince George, 1-0 on a Nate Danielson goal. That game midway through the second period. Prince George won the first half of that. 2 games set there in PG between the two Western Conference leaders there last night. Prince Albert and Red Deer tied at 1. That game late after 2 periods of play. Spokane is out in front on Wenatchee 2-1 after 2 periods of play. And Tri-City has a 5-2 lead on Seattle. That game late in the second period in Seattle. Moving over to the National Hockey League, it was just 12 games in total. We're focusing in on the 4 games involving Canadian teams, and with it being Hockey Day in Canada, 3 all-Canadian matchups. Winnipeg wins in Ottawa on an Ehlers overtime winner. Montreal falling big in Boston, 9-4. The Vancouver Canucks skate to a 6-4 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs in a big showdown there in Vancouver. And the Edmonton Oilers have a 1-0 lead on a Ryan McLeod goal in that first period. They lead 1-0 on the Calgary Flames late in the first period of the late game here tonight to finish up Hockey Day in Canada Battle of Alberta game between Edmonton and Calgary. So great night here in downtown Moose Jaw as the Warriors pick up a 4-3 win over the Swift Current Broncos, winning their 5th straight, sweeping the home-and-home series against Swift Current. 10 wins in their last 11 games for Moose Jaw, and they will sit either 1 or 2 points behind Medicine Hat for second place, depending on how the weekend finishes up with Medicine Hat in overtime against Regina. And that sets up a big weekend series next weekend. Warriors and Tigers go head-to-head in 2 games starting here in Moose Jaw on Friday night. Make sure we pack the hangar for the Warriors against the Tigers. It's going to be a great game and a big matchup for Moose Jaw here to finish out the month of January. Thank you for tuning in tonight here on IKS Media Warriors Live.